Hey, hi. So we will continue with this series of competitive coding. So today I've picked up another problem from Leet code, which is to sum two input arrays sorted. Okay. So I hope with this question we are getting more practice on two pointers approach. Okay. So this is the hint of the solution. Okay. And let's quickly go through the problem statement. So we have an array 2, 7, 11, 15. Okay. And we have a target which is like 9. And observe, you can observe here this array is a sorted one. Target is 9, and we have to return the indexes which computes to 9. Like if you sum if you sum the indexes of the array which is in the output, which is like 1 comma 2, so this is the output. Okay, so if you sum this, so 2 plus 7 equal to 9. Okay, so this will be the output. Okay, notice one thing in this output array, index starts with 1. Okay, so it is pointing to this first index of this array. But when you code, you remember like in programming, index always starts with 0. Okay, later on, once you compute the logic, everything is done. While returning the output, we can do plus 1 to both the indexes. Okay, this is the problem statement. And now about the solution, you can just pause the video and think about the logic. I already given the hint about this, and if you have watched previous episodes, you will already have some idea like what you can do, what you can think of around this array with this taking two pointer, and also the array sorted one, right? Okay, the solution, I'll just quickly start the solution now. So definitely the array is sorted. Okay, so there will be like low end of the array and high number of the array, right? Like the smaller number and the bigger number. So we have to compute the target. We have to find a sum of two numbers which will be equal to the target. Okay, so what we will do, we will take two pointers which is like starting with the lowest, like the leftmost index of the array, and the highest, the biggest number, which is like the high point, we'll say. If we sum up the leftmost index and the rightmost index, which is like low and high, if we sum up this number, we will get a number. Okay, and we'll compare that number with the target. Now here's the catch: if that number is less than the sum that we computed, if that is like less than target, okay, now you have to shift the pointer. Okay, so which pointers you are going to shift? So this is my low, this is my high, and the sum that we calculated is still smaller than target. So we are going to shift, this pointer, because if we are shifting this pointer, then the new sum is, again, it's going to be smaller than the previous one. We don't want that. We want a new sum which is like greater than the previous one, so that we are moving more closer toward the target. So we'll increase this pointer. Okay, now the new sum will be greater than, definitely it will be greater than the previous one. We'll again, the new sum will again compare with the target, low or high. Let's say if this time the sum is greater than the target, sum is big, so the one that we calculated is greater. So we'll decrease this pointer now. Why? Because if we increase this one, the new sum will be even greater. So we'll decrease this pointer, and now again we will compare with the target. You are getting the idea? I'll just quickly show it here as well. So let's say low is 2, and my high is 15. Okay, okay, so when we do the sum first time, so low plus high, it will be like 17. Okay, compared with the target, sum is very bigger than the target element. So we'll decrease the high pointer, and we'll compare with 2, like we'll again do the new sum, 11 plus 2, which is 13, and we'll compare 13 with 9. So 13 is still greater than target. We'll decrease the low pointer, we'll bring high pointer here, and then now the new sum is 9, which is like equal to the target. We'll return these two indexes. Let's take another example of target. Let's say 18, 11 plus 7, so this should be my output. Okay, so it starts with low and high as 2 plus 15, so new sum is like 17. Okay, sum is smaller than target. So here you observe, now if you decrement this pointer, so the new sum will be still like even lesser. We don't want that. We want to move towards closure, towards target. Okay, so we'll increase low pointer this time. 15 plus 2, 17. Still it is like sorry, 22. It is like now greater than target. So next time we'll decrease the high pointer. So 11 plus 7, 18. So this is my result. You got it? So this way we have to shift the pointers. Okay, let's start the solution. So int low equal to 0, int high equal to numbers dot length minus 1, and we'll start the while loop. So my low should never cross high. Okay, this is my terminating condition, and then we'll calculate the sum numbers of low plus numbers of high, and this will compare. If my sum is equal to target, our job is done, right? Because that's what we have to find. If it is equal, then we'll just simply return, we have to return the array of 2 indexes. So we'll return array. This is how you can declare array on the fly. Like, you can pass the numbers here, low plus 1 and high plus 1. Why we are doing plus 1? Because the output array's index starts with 1 and our normal array index starts with 0. That's why plus 1. Okay, if that's not the case, if sum is not equal to target, then what it is? If sum is greater than target, let's say sum is greater than target, then we have to do what? We have to basically increase. Sum is greater. Okay, if sum is greater, let's say sum is 22 and it is greater than target, so we have to decrease the high pointer, right? Else we have to increase the low pointer. That's it. And this, we have to return something, otherwise it will throw error Java, because it's expecting return type, and you should also return out of the loop. So we'll return nothing but blank array. Oops. Let's, oh sorry, I forgot to remove this part. Okay, let's run the solution now. Oh, you attempted too soon. Give it a try again. All the cases are passing. Submitting the solution. Great. Okay, so yeah, basically very easy. If such questions come where you have an array with sorted array, or you have to calculate sum with 2 numbers, definitely then the idea should be that you have to take 2 pointers. With that 2 pointers, you have to try to find, like, if we are getting closer to the target, or getting closer to the result or not. And similarly, you can shift the pointers. The idea is to shift the pointers, but how to shift the pointers is where you have to put the logic and your brain. That's it. Let's see each other in some other day with some other solution.